So you wrote, I walk, you walk.
Yes, I did write that.
We both walk.
We walk it.
How's it going, bro?
Not too bad. Tried to eat a whole pizza last night with you. That was probably a mistake.
Yeah. That's what you get when you go for that real cheese, bro.
The real cheese. I age. It's brutal. At one point, there was like a layer of grease that started
Yeah.
to develop on the pizza.
Yeah.
They even noticed in there.
It looked good though. The pizza did look good.
It was really good, actually.
It looked like the type of like the cartoony like long stretch cheese pizza like in a Goofy movie, you know, where the guy's like fucking stretches it out.
I love that movie,
dude. Classic.
And I love that scene. Basement,
the best. Yeah.
eating pizza, stringy cheese,
cheese in a can.
cheese
Ah,
whiz in a
man.
can. That was such a good movie, dude.
I wanted that cheese whiz in a can so bad.
Bro, I actually think that movie marked like a generation.
I think so. It was dope.
It was so good.
The opening scene when he's trying to get to school on time, you know?
Yeah.
Room is a mess. That's the scene that's been used in so many movies. He wakes up late for school, grabs shit like, you know, skateboard. He skateboards to school.
That was so cool, dude.
Yeah, man.
I love that. We should cut that into our intro somehow.
You want to recreate?
We need to recreate
the intro.
Well, not recreate, like literally just thief that.
That exact same one. Yeah.
Maybe like just stitch it in.
Except for we put our faces on the characters.
That would be epic. Probably like, man, that's such an old movie, but what a good movie, dude.
You ever watch those old movies? Like the quality of the screen really sucks, dude. Like we're so used now to crystal clear. Like even our shit.
Yes.
Is like 1,000 times better than any movie that was made in 1995 or something.
It's brutal. It is brutal.
Yeah. All right.
Oh wow, we're doing it.
Yeah, we got papers. Let's open this show like real pros.
Let's go.
We say what's up to the audience. What's up? I wrote this.
I love it.
Yeah, I would say what's up to the audience. What's up, audience? I'm Max. This is Abby. Everybody knows that. Nobody needs to hear that.
You never know. You know, could be maybe the algorithm shoots us a new follower.
Yeah.
From like Scottsdale, Arizona, or something. I don't know.
Scottsdale.
Yeah, that's a great place.
Is there jiu-jitsu over there?
You know, I think it's like a rich neighborhood in an area called in Arizona. So a lot of people reference it for some.
You know, I think jiu-jitsu at the beginning was a rich man sport. Is that a thing? I feel like Eddie Bravo talks about that in America. Yeah.
Probably. That sounds to make sense. It seems to make sense. Like movie stars, movie guys and stuff, like were kind of like the first to jump on that bandwagon somehow. Like, what's the director of all those good movies like Snatch and stuff like that?
Guy Ritchie.
Did you see him on Rogan? He was like Rogan was talking about jiu-jitsu, like typical Rogan kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Guy Ritchie kept like, he was like, oh yeah. And he was like, I'm a black belt.
He's a black belt.
Yeah. Rogan was like, you're a black belt? He's like, oh yeah, I trained with, and like he name dropped like, I don't know, like Helio Gracie. It wasn't Helio Gracie, but like one of the OGs. And Rogan was like, God damn.
I wonder if they roll, or like, you know what I mean? Like who would Rogan roll with?
He's like a 10th Planet guy, no? So like he was like Eddie Bravo and like people like that. But like, I think he even has like, I'm sure he has like a gym set up at his studio.
Oh, dude, he must have freaking everything in his studio.
He has it all, like those red lights, sauna. He always says, "You want to try it?
Yeah.
Try it?" Like, I get Jamie to set it up right back over here, and we can, get you plastic surgery.
Pull it up. Yeah. Pull up the surgery.
Yeah.
All right, hey man, we actually have some really cool questions today.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
We also got some really good advice the other day about like from Tree being like, hey, maybe you guys should have the word jiu-jitsu in your podcast name.
In the podcast name.
I guess maybe some things people just have to figure out. Maybe you need to start wearing your gi during your thing.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, look, I heard once someone say that you got to give your audience the credit of that, they're not fucking idiots, you know what I mean? They'll figure it out,
I guess so, I guess so. I mean, definitely they won't figure it out in the first 5 minutes of this conversation.
No, we said jujitsu.
Oh, we did. We
Uh,
got probably. You know what? For the algorithm, we gotta say it like 6 times.
we
You
we
like jujitsu?
we open it up. Jujitsu, jujitsu, jujitsu,
Yes.
jujitsu.
Yes. Good. That would understand.
All right. We got questions from Vibes with Sebas again.
No way. We can't double up on him.
No,
Sorry,
no, no,
Seb.
no. It's a, you know what? It's actually a really good one.
Oh, yeah, we should do it.
It's a good one, and I want to read it. And look, whoever asks a question is whoever gets. You want your question answered? Ask a question. You know what I mean?
Right. He put himself out there.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you write 10,
Yeah.
then we might not read the 10.
Yes.
But it was a good question. So, and plus, I'm going in order.
Let's go.
Next one is going to be Fabian. Then we have another one from Emmanuel.
Yes.
Then we have one from Spencer Sharp, and then we're going to have one from Lincoln.
Constantine.
Yeah, you know who that is?
Yeah, dude, that guy was like one of my. You know when you're at blue belt, and there's another dude in the room that like rivals you, not in a real rivalry kind of way, but I guess just matches you energy wise and proficiency wise, just enough, just perfectly, where it's like your roles are really like, I don't want to say battles, but they're so evenly matched that like sometimes you get a little bit of the benefit, or sometimes it's them. That was Lincoln for me, dude.
I have that relationship with Krevlo.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
that's epic.
Like I don't always roll with him, but when I do, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna roll with Krevlo. It's a thing, you know.
It's a weird, different feeling, right?
Yeah,
when you're like, okay, let's do it. It's almost like a competition round ish.
A little bit. I mean, there's not like the nerves because we're friends and all that, but you know that like, like he's gonna bring something to the table that's gonna be a problem for me.
Yeah.
And he has submitted in me before,
yes.
And vice versa, so it's always like it's gonna be a good one.
It's like a coin toss. Yeah, that was the same vibe with Lincoln, man. And then he would, because he's Brazilian, pull out some Brazilian move on me like out of nowhere that like like he's been studying, and I'd be like, what the hell was that? Like, where did this come from? Still we were like beginner blue belts. Actually, I think maybe he was ahead of me even at the time, but yeah, and then he moved like area, so he had to start going to another. He goes to Le Local.
Where is that gym?
Dude, my geography is so bad, and although the owner of that gym, Carl, called Carl from Le Local, he's like the head. Oh, Carl, I love you so much, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, but like he's like the head of the reffing kind of jiu-jitsu federation in Quebec.
Oh yeah,
he's that really tall dude, black belt.
Yeah. Dude, I saw him wrist lock the fuck out of someone, dude. Fucking, was stuck like this in both hands.
It's like pressing that.
There's a video of it.
Oh yes, and then everybody was commenting.
I saw it live, man. I saw that happen live, dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Giant guy pressing down on.
He's a giant dude.
Yeah, he's a big guy,
and he's like 32 or something. Like he's young too, like he's black belt, and anyways, he competes at the super high level. He keeps going everywhere and smashing people. Anyways, Carl.
So he trains with him now, Constantine.
Yeah, Lincoln trains.
Are they in Ushlag or are they further?
All I know is that it's like 30 minutes from here, which is why I was like, very hard to find my way there. And those two dudes that came the other day, remember those two dudes?
Yeah.
They also trained the Sherbatov. Yeah, they also trained there with him. I was like, that's a nasty mix.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you ever go east, like so far east?
Which way is east? I know that sounds crazy, dude.
That way's east.
Like towards the Olympic Stadium?
Yeah, but like you keep on going. I had a girlfriend, man. She grew up in a town called Tetroville.
Crazy name.
Yeah. It sounds like industrial, right? Tetro, Petro. It sounds like almost like Russian or something.
Dude, there's like dynamite over there or something.
Yeah.
And?
I don't know, dude. It's just there's a whole world out there. It's like it's right there. I will never go again in my life.
Dude, what's that?
Guaranteed.
What's that movie with like Jon Snow, or I don't even know, movie like show, like
Jon Snow was Game of Thrones.
Game
my
of
favorite
Thrones.
show.
Dude, okay, I only saw the first couple of seasons. There's like that wall, and then beyond it, nobody knows what it is. That is so real for me.
Yeah.
There is a limit.
What's your wall?
I think maybe the Olympic Stadium, sorry.
For Montreal?
I think so. Like, I literally don't think I've ever been past there. I don't even know what's you just told me there's a town called Tetroville.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. My my wall is probably like what's that street in NDG that's like west something? There west like at the end of NDG there's like the train station, right?
Yeah.
And then that way it's probably the Olympic Stadium. That way, I mean, we hit the water pretty soon, so you can't go really further.
Oh wow, you
I
really know your stuff.
I never go to Longueuil, and then north it would be like Crémazie. I never go past the Crémazie where Crevlo lives.
Okay, wow, crazy. So those are kind of our four walls, man.
Man, have you rolled with Crevlo a bit?
I actually, funny enough, rolled with him last week for the first time, dude, in no joke, easily like 6 months.
What do you think?
I mean, he's incredible. Like I find, and I was talking to him about this yesterday on this couch. To a certain extent, I believe that there's kind of like two two types of people, two types of two types of minds when it comes to jujitsu. There's guys who are super system oriented, and I would say that I fall under that category.
Yeah.
And those are the guys who like watching, the John Danahers, the Lackland Giles. Like, we like systems. It's like, this is what you do in this scenario. Here are your options in this scenario. It's just like this road leads to these three roads.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
road leads to these
I'm like
roads.
that too.
You know,
100%.
very system oriented. And there's this on the complete other end of the extreme kind of that. There's these what I call like these artistic dudes. These guys who kind of look at you and they're just like figuring it out and trying to put things together. And sometimes they look kind of silly because they're like, oh, maybe there's an armbar here, and then they just go for an armbar
Yeah.
out of nowhere, or maybe I'll just do this, or maybe I'll just do that. And those guys tend to have really good memories when it comes to what happened in a roll. Whereas the system guys, again, it's like we're following like a step by
Yeah,
step.
we don't use our memories. We just use our guidebook, let's say.
That's super well said. And Krevlo is the artistic guy.
Yeah.
Like he's like spinning and like breakdancing around you, and you're like, what's happening? And Sam is also that way.
Yeah.
Sam is super artistic.
I actually went for an armbar yesterday that wasn't like technically sound, and I got it, and then like I told myself like, why don't I just like freaking just go for it sometimes,
Yeah.
Like I feel like rolling with Lena sometimes. She would jump on shit so fast,
Yeah.
so fast.
She's artistic as well.
Yeah.
She is. Yeah. And I was telling Krevlo, I was like, I need to be a little bit more like you, like maybe like 70-30. But you also need to be a little bit more system oriented.
Yeah.
He needs to be 70-30. Like, you have to have a balance a little bit where, you can still fall into like the train tracks and have a system, or, like, hey man, like trust your intuition. You'll find an arm bar. These guys who are kind of like Krevlo are really hard to deal with because they're, in a weird way, because they don't follow the systems, you don't know what's going to happen at any point with them. Whereas two guys who are very system oriented, it's almost,
Yeah.
it's like we both know what's going to happen next. Who's
he does wild shit. Like he's like, doing flips and bolos all the time, right? And Imanari rolls, yeah. But then when I ask him for like drilling advice, and like we'll like drill, like the other day I was drilling how to get the mount from knee on belly with him, and he showed me a way that I was like, the fuck, dude, you know this? Like it was perfect, dude.
Unreal.
It was like a perfect way to do it.
Wow. That's super cool, man. Yeah, like that's the thing, is that they'll figure things out through experience in a way. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's a problem. Like, and he's gonna continue. I say that like with love, like he's a problem to deal with kind of in a role because of that. And I love that he's that way, because he's like part of a handful of people that are that way. And for the gym, that allows a lot of us to get a different look. You don't want to always roll with the same type of person, like JP. JP loves to play those lapel games. How many? Well, you two actually.
Yeah, but not like him. He'll do a lot of spider guard.
Yes, so it's super fun to have guys like that because you have to entertain a different style of game.
It's a
and
different
it
problem.
rounds you.
It's a different problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually that spider thing, I got to figure out how to get out of it and then impose my game right after I get out of it because it is the kryptonite to what I do.
I hear you. It's so tiring because we like to play that pressure
Yeah.
passing game, and then we get so tired of being tangled up.
Yeah.
If the guy keeps us there for a while, we're like, ah, the energy is low.
And you're also like, when you make a move to break it, is also when you're very vulnerable to getting swept. You know what I mean? So it's almost you don't want to move, but then the longer you don't move, yeah, it's a nightmare, dude. I hate that shit. I hate getting caught in it.
That's the legend of Tree.
Yeah.
That's the thing, dude. Remember we were saying like, and Tree can fall into like this Zen ninja mode, and then you're just like, damn, like you're caught in this thing, and then eventually, either you get too tired, or you get fed up. You're like irritated, and then you make a mistake, and then like you end up on your back. Like it's kind of wild.
You know what I like to watch sometimes? Those jiu-jitsu matches where, and it does happen, I guess, kind of often, where like it'll be a lull for 4.5 minutes, you know?
Yeah. What does that mean, a lull?
Like not too much is happening.
Is that how? I know the word, I've used it too, but why is it called a lull? Is that an actual word?
It might not be.
I think it is. Like I've used it as well. I just
Yeah.
never really. You dropped a big word on us yesterday, man.
Yeah, what was it? Cosmopolitan.
Cosmopolitan. I
Yeah.
was like, damn.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's also a fashion magazine, so it was kind of a, I took a risk there,
Yes, you
saying
did.
Cosmopolitan.
But it was good. Yeah, that was a good one.
It's a fashion magazine, Max? Are you sure that's what you mean?
Where are we going? That was good.
The city's a fashion magazine?
Yeah. Everybody's
What?
eyes lit up. It was good. Everybody like, damn. That was good.
Yeah. And then at the last 30 seconds, someone gets a sweep or a pass and wins the match.
Yeah. Yeah, those matches are, I don't know, kind of boring a little bit. It's cool.
I'm a boring guy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I like a boring game, I like boring strategies. My favorite family in Game of Thrones are those motherfuckers who just own a bridge.
No way.
That's all it is, dude. They build a big ass bridge.
Yeah.
They build 2 towers on each end of the bridges.
Yeah.
And now they're like, hey, if you want to cross this river, you got to pay us some money.
That's pretty epic.
And 3 generations later, they're like amongst the top families. I like simple games, dude.
Highway money.
Highway money, dude.
That's like there's like some school board apparently, I think in the U.S. or something. They just own a bunch of highways, and they're like bazillionaires. It's like
a school board,
dude. Yeah, you want to cross this path, man? That is actually the smartest way to make money. Like from even back in the day, like some Robin Hood stuff.
Yeah,
they would be like, "Oh yeah, you want to pass this little bridge because you have like a horse and a trolley."
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to pay the tax, good sir.
Yeah, in the show, it's like it's a wide river and it splits, right? Oh. So let's say if you want to go east or west and you don't cross there, you're gonna have to do a crazy detour.
Oh.
So like you don't have a choice, you have to cross at that spot, and they own the bridge.
Damn.
So you gotta pay.
That's like you accept that as being part of life. You're like, I gotta pay.
Yeah.
That's the like greatest business ever.
And they have these like knights, or like soldiers that just go around the land. And if you're even on their land, they're like, why are you here? Are you crossing or are you not crossing? If you're not crossing, we're walking you off. If you're crossing, you got to go pay right now.
Oh my God.
Gangster shit,
that
right?
Is so gangster.
I love it, man.
Yeah. We got to figure out a way to do something like that, but
we need, I don't know, bro. We need to buy fucking horses and shit.
Horses. That's a lot of upkeep, eh? When I was on the train back from Toronto the other day, the lady next to me, you know how I sometimes have this thing where...
yeah. How long is that train?
Felt like 10 years, but I think it was like 7 hours.
7 fucking hours.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
Do like I only say 7 for the people who are like, it's not 7, because like I was in I don't know, somewhere around Burlington, and I had to take like a mini train to like the major train station in downtown Toronto, which was like an hour. Then I had to wait there for like another hour, and then I had to grab the train to Montreal, which I think was still 6 or 7 hours. It was forever, dude. Like I was living there, but this person next to me was seated next to me, and I don't know, it becomes your world, right? Like the person on your left and the person on your right are kind of like your mini universe, and you're there for a while. You're kind of like, oh, what are they up to? You can I don't know, unless I'm nuts, but to a certain extent, I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're up to. And the kid on my left was like a student, so he started writing like some like literature paper. Super cool kid. Came to visit his sister. She goes to McGill. Like we chatted for a bit. He was writing about like Ophelia and stuff. I was like, damn, this is dope.
Ophelia, what the hell is
Yeah,
that?
like some Shakespeare stuff about like I think it was like I think maybe Shakespeare has like a play or something called O.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, this kid knew about it, so he was writing all kinds of stuff about it. So that was kind of cool. But then he kept writing his paper, so I was like, you're dead to me. And so on my right, there was this other person, and I kept wondering. I was like, I wonder, what's this person's kind of thing? This kid's a student. I looked at their boots, and they had like those particular boots. It's like brown boots, high up to here, a little bit of scuff and a little bit of dust. And I was like, oh man, is this person like a horse person? Like, does she have horses? And I was like, all right, whatever. Started like watching some jiu-jitsu stuff for like 6 hours. And then they take their phone out and they start watching videos. Guess what kind of videos?
Horse videos.
Horse videos. I was like, I knew it. And then takes her bag and it had the horse helmet. I was like, wow, she's a horse person. I freaking knew it. And remember that other time when we were in your garage?
Didn't ask you why she wasn't riding her horse? You got to take a fucking train when having your horse.
Yeah.
Obsolete technology, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna... But you know what she was watching? She was watching those like horses when you're on the horse and you have that stick and you guys are like knocking the ball.
Mm.
She was watching that. I was like, damn.
Polo.
Polo? Yeah. I was like, she's watching
polo. I saw some badass polo videos where they collide into each other with the horses.
Oh,
to get to the ball, man.
Wild.
Dude, horses, let me tell you, man. Even nowadays, like there's a riot out here. Freaking cops on a horse draw a line. What are you gonna do, man? A horse is like 1,000 pounds. There's a video actually on Instagram that's like a football fan in Spain or something. You know how they are over there in Europe with like the gangs and the football.
Yeah, they're nuts.
So it's like this like English guy who like has a phone and he goes up to like a crowd of like Spaniards and he's like, you got a problem? Freaking guy in a horse, dude, rams the guy with the horse, man. The horse hit the guy with his chest like he knew what he was doing.
Video.
Fucking crazy, right?
Yes.
And then like the guy's on the floor, you look up, you got a big ass horse with a cop on it. What are you gonna do, man? You pick up your stuff and you walk back to wherever you were.
Yeah, that's what happened. He just kind of looked. I think he even thought of like, should I
what? It's a fucking horse.
But you saw that
those horses will bite the shit out of you too, man.
You're done, dude. But he contemplated it for like this weird mini second.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fuck this. Let me grab my stuff and get out of here. Yeah, that was a good video. That dude came in hot, man.
On the horse?
Yeah. He body checked him. It was like a legit pow.
Like he was trained to do it, man. Like he hit him with the chest,
Yeah, it was so
he didn't
weird.
smack him with a hoof, he didn't do a head thing.
It was a legit check. I like it.
Chest check.
Yeah, it was a chest check by a horse. Man, imagine that dude. He's like, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Claim to fame. I got chest checked by a horse.
He probably spent the rest of that vacation going, hey guys, maybe we should like
tone it down.
Maybe we should settle down a little bit. These guys aren't that bad, Spain is actually pretty cool, it's a good vacation spot.
And those horses, don't fuck with him. And if forever he always has this beef with horses, or maybe he keeps it a secret and like he's always self-conscious when he's around horses. Oh my god, that would be a shitty fucking.
He seemed like a big drunk.
Yeah, he was kind of oafy. He was like an elf. All right, I'm ready, man.
Hey, are you Dude, I gotta stop clearing my throat. I think it's gonna suck in the camera.
Listen, dude, this is what happens when it's 9 a.m. I know you ate some food yesterday. I know I ate a whole
some food,
greasy pizza, and then we had chocolate cake.
Yeah.
I don't think that does anybody any favors
Nah.
in the morning at 9 a.m. when you have to like. This is part of the learning curve. If you guys are wondering, we're not sick.
I think they get
We ate cake.
uh, a throat clear button. The pros, like on their mics. Let's say you got a button,
Oh,
and if you got a cough or clear, it's called a cough button. If you got a cough or clear your throat, you hit the button, it cuts your mic,
cool.
and then when you're done, you release the button, and you're back.
You know what that reminds me of? I used to bartend like in my younger days, and back in the day, DJs wasn't like now. It was like with records and shit. No joke, dude. Like they would come in with so many
Vinyls or
records.
CDs?
Vinyls, dude. So many vinyls, and you were like, God damn, that looks heavy as F, dude. All the songs, like depending on what he's feeling. Anyways, all that to say is that those DJs couldn't leave the booth. There was no way you had to like song after
Oh,
song
right. Yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
song after song
For like 3 hours or something.
like 3 hours, even more. Yeah, like yeah, literally, like three peak hours. Like 11 to 2:30 was like, and they had to pee, and they would just like they were like, oh yeah, DJ thing, like you just pee in a bottle. I was like, ah, damn, you guys pee in a bottle? He's like, yeah, you have no choice. And in a weird way, that's kind of like the throat check thing. We need a button. They needed a bottle.
Yeah.
They would just pee in a bottle.
Back in the day, man, I feel like being a DJ was more of a trade, right? You're carrying boxes, You gotta
Dude, it looked like
you got it's like a physical thing, You got to be up there. You got to be concentrated for 3 hours doing the mix, switching records and shit.
that was crazy, dude. It
Yeah,
was like that.
what a job.
And then they
Not,
would jump into like another track.
yeah,
That was the record.
yeah.
It's kind of wild.
That's a bunch of nerds with laptops.
Yeah, literally.
No offense, Crab.
Yeah, no, that's Grevlo. We do love you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you could use some fucking turntables,
yeah. We got some over here. We just don't know. I don't even know what they do.
You know what it is? It's like instead of having the actual vinyl, it's just the track that you can bring forward and backwards. I think
So, kind of dope.
on these things.
Yeah. So we need a button so that we can cough.
Yeah, we need
The
a
same
cup
way that DJs need a bottle
so that they can
pee.
piss. Yeah, we could also pee on the podcast. I don't know if
Oof, I don't know if we're gonna get any more you followers. We start
like
peeing.
peeing in. It's controversial.
Yes, we'll definitely finally break through. Jiu-Jitsu guys, pee on podcast. Google allows it.
All right, how about some questions?
All right, let's do it.
Jiu-Jitsu algorithm. Jiu-Jitsu. Man, if I can't swear on this podcast, dude, Sazad's gonna have so much work, dude, to bleep out all those swears.
Yeah, I think Sazad. Sazad, shout out to you, bro. When you're gonna start
Yeah,
editing our stuff.
if
you're a
ever we
hero.
do get to Sazad,
Yeah,
we will. I'll get busy again.
I think so.
We'll I mean, we'll all get busy.
Yeah.
All right, vibes with Sebas
Talk to me, Seb.
back on the show with another
A hot question.
hot take. How the fuck do I pass half guard? That's his question.
That's his question.
That's how the fuck do I. Sebas is having a hard time passing half guard. He wants some answers. God damn it! I'm stuck.
We can't really answer that question on a podcast.
Because it's too long.
I mean, what are we gonna get into? Like what are we doing? Like the imagination? Like we gotta have people visualize the position. It's a tough one, dude.
Yeah. Well, look. Here's the deal, man.
Actually, go ahead. I have an answer.
Yeah, you do.
I think so.
I have an answer too.
Let's go. You first.
So, how long has he be rolling? He be rolling. He be rolling for.
Sorry, Seb, if this is like wrong, but I feel like he's in between 3 and 6 months.
Okay. So, not to be rude or anything, but it's a normal question for a 3 to 6 month guy, and it's a super valid question, man. You can get stuck in a half guard, and yeah, I mean, you can't punch a guy in the face.
No.
That would work.
It would.
But on the
streets.
mats, you can't do that.
No, sir.
People won't like you.
No.
So, Seb, here's the deal. It depends on what kind of half guard they're playing. All right. To the best of my understanding, with the little experience I have, there's about 3 distances with half guard. All right. There's far, right, with a knee shield. There's, let's say, a knee shield cross collar. And then you could have a guy who's got like an underhook, and he's got his head close to your chest. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what the guy is giving you as an obstacle to what kind of half, and then there's deep half. It
Right.
it all depends on what game that he's playing and what you have to deconstruct before you start doing your pass. But there are passes that are made to deal with every one of those scenarios.
That makes a lot of sense, dude.
So that's my answer. Like if ever you see, let's say, me or Abby on the mats,
Oh yeah, it's our position.
yeah, I play a lot of half. I play a lot of half. I will put myself in half, top or bottom, just because.
Old man
It,
game, bro.
yeah,
We love it.
yeah. It's where I'm comfy.
Yeah.
So if ever you see me on the mats, I'll take like 3, 4, 5 minutes with you, or maybe longer, because I'm a freaking geek,
Yeah.
and I might go on and on about it. But if you see me on the mats, come see me. I'll spend a few minutes with you. We'll
That's
go
super
through
safe.
some stuff.
I want to give the black belt answer, the ultimate black belt answer. I'm not saying I'm a black belt, but usually when you ask a black belt, they kind of like, I don't get stuck there. That's the short version of the answer, and it's true. You have a problem with a position, you're still not aware about it, don't end up there. That's like without again having your body here and being able to show you what's up. That's the shortest answer that I can give you. And honestly, that answer is super powerful. As silly as it is, if you can actually recognize that this is a bad position for you, dude, don't go there. At all costs, you should start to recognize what that position, how you end up in that position, and stop ending up in that position. Like, if you hate being in somebody's close guard, dude, I know it sounds silly, but if it's top of mind, you can make it really hard for somebody to put you in close guard. If it's top of mind and you're like, I just, at all costs, do not want to end up in this person's close guard, you could really avoid that pretty easily by keeping your body away. Every time they try to like pull you in, you start creating distance. Like there's a way. Obviously, to every answer, there's another answer. But if it's top of mind, you could definitely find a way around it. So, one, don't end up in that position. Two, best advice I could give, Seb, don't let somebody crossface you. If you have that as a North Star, I think you're going to be able to avoid a lot of the discomfort that comes from half guard. Don't let somebody crossface you from
But
top half.
but I think he's trying to pass.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What was his question?
How the fuck do I pass half guard?
Oh,
He's on top in this scenario.
that was his question.
Well, I mean, he's trying to pass half guard. He's not trying to sweep from half guard.
Oh damn! All right, well listen, Seb, I flipped it on you. So you got one version.
No, it still works. I mean, like if someone's trying to pull you into their half guard, don't stay, go the other way. Like weave the other way or something.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this question. I like his first question about cauliflower.
Cauliflower ear.
I thought that was a dope question. Seb, listen, we're gonna have to up the level of your questions here. Let's keep it on the cauliflower level
Seb, you're banned from asking questions.
For at
Ask
least-
ask better questions.
for at least a week. Oh man, you threw a paper. You're
Yeah.
done with that one.
Was that cool?
You were like, "Fuck this." Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Paper's done.
Yeah.
All right, Feb.
Oh, Feb.
Feb using some philosophy, I think. Maybe not. How do you optimize breadth vs depth? And hold on.
Breadth versus depth.
Yeah, is that a typo? He wrote breadth.
Oh, that's a word.
Or is that a word? That's a word?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, we could Google it just to make sure we're on the
Bread?
same page. Breadth.
Th?
Yes.
With a D?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Well,
Hold on. Breath is your breath.
yeah.
That's the word without the D.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me you throw in a D, it's a different meaning?
Completely different meaning.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough one. Like, and I don't want to come across too silly. So let's make sure we're on the same page on this one. Yeah, I think we got to pull out the Google.
We got to Google vs depth. I know what depth is.
Yeah.
Ah, you motherfucker.
So I think maybe like if for the visual, and then we'll just have to double check. Like depth is, like how deep your game can be. But I think maybe the breadth is in a weird way, like your horizontal, like how wide. You know what I
Oh, is that what it means?
I mean, I think
that would
we
make
really
sense.
should probably double check. Hey, Actually, this is a cool segue. If you know what it means, honestly, without Googling it, write it in the comments. Tell me what you think.
Start a battle over there.
Yeah, let's see. Honestly, just instinctively. And if you don't know what it means, give it a shot too.
Are we mad at Fabian for using a D in the word breath?
I think a little. No, no. What do you mean?
Fight,
That's his
fight
word.
in the comments.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so. All right.
All right, but tell me, you got your phone out.
All
there.
right, you can use whatever words you want.
Yeah, big words. Breadth versus depth.
Of technique in the early years of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but first we gotta make sure, but we can't go on this crazy tangent. You know, give me something. I really
All right, we're Googling.
we gotta Google.
Leave it up to the robots.
They'll tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Are you now like jumping over towards like a chat GPT, or are you still on the Google?
Regular Google.
Oh really?
I mean, for this,
My move is like, hey chat GPT, what does this word mean? And explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. That's my my usual chat GPT.
the distance or measure from side to side of something wide. Oh, fuck, you nailed it. You knew that shit.
Boom! What a win!
Are you a scholar?
Man, that was dope. I swear.
I just saw you eat a freaking extra large pizza by yourself last night.
Yeah, it was good.
And you're telling me you're also a scholar, bro?
I did it, dude.
You
I
got it
swear,
all.
though, if you asked me like how sure I was, honest, I was like 60% sure. I was like, there's some solid chance that you could sway me that it means something completely different. But
Who else would have known that in this gym? Is there a math guy in this gym?
well, we find out in the comments.
Yeah.
You know who I feel would have guaranteed known?
Yeah.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Spencer.
Sharp?
Spencer Sharp, man. It's in his name.
You know, the other Spencer works on freaking satellite robots.
Oh, yeah. Spencer
That guy
Oxford.
probably knows
That
what,
guy for
what
sure
that
knows.
is.
Yeah. Spencer's super smart. He's
Yeah.
well, both Spencers.
Yeah.
We named the plant after them. Well, actually, after Spencer Sharp.
Yeah.
But I mean, Spencer Oxford also can claim that fame.
Oxford.
Yeah, the satellite.
Is that his name?
I don't
or
know
he
if I'm
went to
saying
Oxford?
it right, but it's like AXFORD, I think.
Oh, what a flex, dude.
Yeah, it
His
is.
name is a university?
Both Spencers have a crazy flex. One's family name is Sharp.
Is that his real name or is that like an internet like marketing thing?
I don't know. Now that you
I mean,
say
Sharp, dude?
that. Yeah.
I had a client, her name was Rebecca Best. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's cheating a bit.
All right. Let's answer Feb's question.
All right. What is it one more time now that we know?
How do we optimize breadth with a D vs depth of technique in the early years of jiu-jitsu? So basically he's asking, like, I think he's asking, do I need to know everything or do I just need to know a couple things?
Dude, it's crazy. Out of this whole gym, if there is one person that I would have chosen to answer this question, I shit you not.
Yeah.
It would be you.
Yeah.
I mean, you are literally the personification of what Fabian is asking.
Yeah.
Literally, there is nobody in this gym who is as hard-headed about this topic than you. So the irony is absolutely wild.
Dude, you know what? I hit a couple triangles yesterday.
Hey, man. You're the depth guy.
I know.
Let's not.
I know. Okay.
No, don't talk about any triangles.
All right.
Throw that in the garbage.
Yeah.
You're the depth
Okay.
guy. Stick to that, and
All
you
right.
answer this damn question.
All right, look, here's the deal, man. It's a personality thing. I'm a depth guy because I'm hard-headed. And if I find something that kind of works or that for whatever reason speaks to me, I'll just want to repeat that thing and I'm not going to want to learn anything else. And I'll repeat that thing 1,000 times and it'll become my game. You know, like I've been doing over-under for real. I saw a video. There's a video of me on Instagram doing an over-under on John Bossy, dude. It was 2 years ago.
Epic.
I'm still passing guard in the... No, you know, it gets better through time. You know, like I don't set it up different. I can hit it from like multiple angles and stuff like that. I understand it better, which is the depth thing. You know, I took one pass and I've been doing it for 2 years.
Literally, man. You have literally been doing it. No joke, dude. For that, you love this. Like I'm saying this, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
You have literally only been doing this. This is your pass. And every time we teach it in class, which is like once every 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, bro, you light up.
Yeah.
You literally light up. You're like, over under? It's like, bro, You've been eating the same thing for freaking 2 years,
I'm not.
and now
I'm the same way.
like you've been eating eggs for 2 years, and I'm like, want to eat eggs, and you're like, yes,
Eggs?
eggs.
Well, it's my favorite,
I
bro.
love eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, man. Like it depends on your personality. You know, it's like I said earlier. I'm a boring ass fucking dude. You know, like if you see my roles, because I've been working on that pass for so long. Like, look, I have one pass. When I get to side control, I have one choke from side control, you know? I have one way of going to mount. I have one way of doing my knee on belly thing. And it takes me so long to work these things because, a lot of my matches, if I win matches and guys who roll with me know if I win my matches, it's
That's the
because
path.
it's because I pass guard and then you regard and then I'm so good at passing your guard that I'll just pass guard again.
Yeah. Well,
So
always through
all
the same
Yes,
means.
exactly.
Yes.
So I'll accumulate points
Yes.
just because I'm an expert at passing guard in that way.
Yes. It's wild. You are the depth guy, and I don't know if you have anything else to add
No,
about.
that's it.
So you're
I mean,
definitely the depth guy.
no, I could talk about it for an hour. Dude.
Literally, I know, you love it, and just to add to kind of the experience with you, you know, as kind of like one of your coaches,
Yeah.
I have tried to kind of be like, hey Max, like let's learn this other thing, and I try to sugarcoat it, like I'm sprinkling like some over under on it, like this lends well to the over under, or it's like it's a natural progression from that position, like maybe double under or whatever. And dude, you get this look in your eye where you're just like, don't talk to me.
Get the fuck out of here with
Get
that
the fuck
shit.
out of here. I don't want to even know.
Yeah.
That's why this question is so funny now that we've sorted it out, is because I've never had this experience with anybody else in the gym. You're just like, bro, if it's not this or this or this, I don't even, my brain has no room for what you are about to explain to me. And you're like, you put up this wall where it's just like, I don't even, don't, I just feel it. I'm like, I'm wasting my time.
There has been times where I try to set up my overrun. Like you got to come up with, if they have a low knee shield, I got to weave smash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'll try to bring the legs back up and do the thing where you do
like a Toriando-ish kind of situation. You like to do that.
Yeah, but that is to set up
your over-under.
The over-under, No, the thing that you do where like you kick your leg out, and then swing it back into a knee on belly there. It's the same thing.
Yeah, like an X-pass.
X-pass, yeah. But I'll try that for like, let's say 2-3 days, and then I'll go right back to just doing my old regular shit.
So essentially, like trying to give Fabrian like a bit of an answer, and actually like I had this conversation with Mortaza, our like head instructor, black belt, awesome. And he was telling me in regards to you, he's like, in another year, this is going to be a huge problem for all of us because you're so hell-bent on this path and you're refining it. I want to use the word obsessively. In a year, you will have sorted out every response to this pass, and you will have an answer to kind of every response possible that somebody can give you when you start kind of applying that type of pressure. And even Mortaza was like, at one point, this might become unstoppable. If you fall into this kid's game, you will not be able to stop him because you'll have sorted out all of these answers. So in a sense, he was kind of saying, there is a point here where anybody who's going to get stuck with you in that scenario is going to end up getting passed because you'll have gotten so good at that pass because you're so hard-headed and obsessive, which to Fabrian's question it's an epic thing, like the Bruce Lee quote, like, is it Bruce Lee who said it?
Yeah, he goes, don't learn 1,000 kicks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't learn to do 1,000 kicks one time. Learn to do one kick 1,000 times.
Yeah, he's like, I think it was that is the essence, but I don't fear a man who has done something like that. No.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
1,000 things, 1,000.
I
fear the guy like kind of like who has done like
that one kick 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the fear. It's like, oh no, if I'm in this scenario, it's freaking game over.
Yeah.
So that is the fear. Now, there has to be to that extreme, there is always going to be the flip side. The flip side is
when it doesn't work, you're fucked.
when you're not in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, you're epically fucked.
Yeah.
So, and that is kind of the little bit of the feeling with you, where
Yeah,
there are
it
moments.
happens.
Yeah, you know, you end
I
up.
mean, I throw triangles.
Yeah, I mean, this is as of yesterday. So
Yeah,
we're cutting
and
that.
and to be fair, I throw triangles on white belt. So
That's good too. That's good too. And wrist locks.
yeah,
Oh, that's the best. So I mean, essentially, it is amazing, and I think it can personally. My answer for Fabrian is it can lead to success. I mean, you're living proof, and I think in a year, that's going to be even more like kind of evidence, like in evidence, like it's just going to be very hard to stop.
But you know,
somebody.
here, let me say this, because he goes in the early years of training. In the
Mhm.
early years of training, in the early years, right? Like the first year, right? Man, you don't know shit. So yeah, dude, you got to learn. You got to come up to you got to do the beginner classes. You got to know about close guard. You got to know about half guard. You got to know, a couple different passes. You need to know these things. You need to, man, the first few months, you got to learn how to freaking be balanced on your own 2 feet, like a brand new white belt. When you make them do the warm-ups where they go to that side and that side of the legs, they're like Bambi on their on ice,
You're so right, dude.
they're just trying to understand that your feet can't be like this, they got to be like this, you know what I mean?
Dude, you're so right. That is
So
the best statement.
in that context, yeah, dude, you need breath with a D of technique, because you don't know shit. You gotta you gotta do something.
Yeah, you know what, dude? That's the safe answer, and you're right. In the beginning, it's about being a bit of a sponge, absorbing as much as you can, and just understanding the breadth, if I can use that word, and if I'm saying it properly, of the sport. So that farther down the line, when it's time to create your identity, like around like high level blue and like purple, you kind of can make that decision sound of mind. Like, hey, this is who I am. Like, I know what the spectrum looks like. This is who
exactly.
I am. You know.
And if you look at these top-notch pro guys, right? They're not doing a million things.
No, they know who they are.
They got a game and they execute their game, right? Like, who's the Adam Warsinski guy, right? He's known for what? That like butterfly sweep.
Yep.
You know, the guy that
sit up guard, butterfly sweep.
That I like,
Murillo.
Yeah, he's known for his over under.
Bernardo Faria.
Yeah, they're Roger Gracie. He's known for his close guard, flower sweep, armbar, mount, X guard. That's his entire game. Best in the world, dude. Yeah. He's got 5 moves.
He's the best.
So yeah, man. At the beginning, as a white belt, you got to know how to set up your triangle, your armbar. You got to know you got to know the difference between Americana, Kimura. You got to know all of your basic sweeps and all that. You got to know all that stuff at the beginning. But then, your personality will lead you to the depth, I think.
I think so too. I think that's a safe answer.
Is that good enough?
Fabrian?
Fab?
I think we dunked on your question.
Yeah.
Even though he's pretty tall, I don't know if I could dunk on.
No, you can't.
I probably can't.
And I'm sorry about blasting you for the word. It's a good word. I didn't know it.
I mean, now
I felt inferior.
But in 2 days now, well, you had Cosmopolitan yesterday.
I did have Cosmopolitan. So, okay, I'm a bit even.
Okay. You went +1, -1. Now you're back.
I'm back. Yeah. All right. We got another one from Emmanuel
Marabella. Yes, his family name is Marabella.
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 What the hell is that, David? Then is that
I think that's his middle name.
Middle name?
Is that what it's called? Middle name? Yeah, middle name.
Yeah, I got one.
Man, you have one too?
Yeah.
You have a middle name?
Yeah.
Oh man, can I guess it?
Yeah.
Is it a guy or a girl's name?
It's a guy.
It's a guy?
It's like a.
Hold on. David.
No.
Alexander.
No.
Hold on. What's a typical middle guy name? Max something Pigeon.
It's a very common Christian type
That's
name.
why I feel like I should be able to get it.
Yeah.
Did I say Daniel? Give me the first
No,
letter.
I feel like
What's the first letter, dude?
I feel like you're saying a lot of Jewish names. Aren't those all kind of
Oh, I
more
have
like
no idea. I
Jewish
was trying to
names?
say English. What's the first letter?
Jay.
Jonathan.
No, it's my dad's name.
Jean.
Yeah.
It's Jean.
Yeah.
I got it in the first 8 tries.
Yeah.
That's worth something.
All right, Emmanuel David. Can I tell my friends when I tap a higher belt?
Oh, that's a powerful. Who's your friend? I guess we don't have him here to ask. What do you think?
I can answer that in a fucking beat, dude.
Let's go. Hit it.
Tell your friends in private. Don't do it in the back of the locker room when everyone's around and you're like, yo, my friends.
Yes.
I have an announcement to make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tapped Jean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Just be chill about it.
Yeah.
And also, leave out the name. Do you have to say the name of the person?
Oh yeah, that loses all the. I mean, all the ego is taken out when you don't say the name.
Yeah, but you're not being a dick.
No,
And
I'm saying it like jokingly. Like the whole thing is like you say the name because it's like a scalp. You're like, I tapped Abby, and everybody's like, oh damn.
yeah,
You're like, yeah, you're holding like my scalp, my bald scalp.
yeah.
It's a huge ego moment to say like you tapped a higher belt.
I think it's a complete jerk off type of thing, dude.
Yeah, it's a tough move.
Be a gentleman, man.
Yeah. And to Manny's credit, funny enough, like it's so funny because he asked this question when he wants to talk to me about a position, but he's so sensitive to this because he doesn't want to kind of come across that way. He kind of, because he knows that I know who he rolled with because he was in my class.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to almost tell me. He's like, he doesn't know how to go about it. He wants to talk about the submission because he maybe wants some pointers, but he doesn't know how to bring it up because he feels like he's bolstering.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want it to come across that way. So I guess at the end of the day, it's like you said, leave out the name.
Yeah, he is a classy guy, like he doesn't classy. But it's like, man, when you start saying people's names, dude, you start beefs, you start unnecessary competitive vibes in the gym,
That's real.
Oh, you think that guy's gonna want to roll with you again when he finds out that you told the other guy that you tapped him, or he's gonna want to fucking get a revenge, Oh, yeah. Hey, maybe that higher belt was having a bad day, or he was letting you work. You think next time he sees you, he's not gonna be like,
it's on.
I'm gonna fucking smash your wrist, dude.
Yeah. You gotta go after his wrist.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the only way.
So yeah, dude, I'd say. Look, because look, here's the deal, man. We have such a chill gym with a nice environment. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not worth it.
That's what we like. That's what we like. Is that that chill vibe? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd say leave the names out.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't need to tell you that I tapped Jean yesterday.
Jean?
Yeah. It is kind of silly when you say I don't know,
Jean is my alter ego now.
Yeah, it's your alter ego.
That gets tapped.
Yeah, that gets tapped.
Fucking Jean. Yeah. I hate him.
It's like by saying it, but okay, you know what? Let me actually play a little bit of devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit.
All right. I'm open.
Obviously, everything is kind of like in the way that you approach it. And in the way that you communicate it with the intention that you communicate it. Like, what if I told you, like, you're my homie, like, hey, man, like, yesterday I actually, like, managed, I'm going to use something that's so exaggerated, like, that it's just not real. Like, I actually managed to tap Mortaza. Like, a part of that communication, obviously, is a huge ego moment where it's like, hey, man, like, I did it. But maybe, like, another side is like, well, my jiu-jitsu is getting better.
Yeah.
Like I actually, obviously, if I said that in a crowded room,
like, that's the thing.
Super douche.
That's the thing, dude.
Like, if I told you,
if you're telling your friend because you're proud and you're happy, and you want to share
a milestone,
an achievement, a milestone, then like there's ways of doing it that's like like a respectful way. Man, there's a 50 Cent song called "How to Rob."
Epic. Tell me about this song.
I I I don't remember when it came out, but he basically, so like he opens up saying like, I'm a crook with a deal. If this record doesn't sell, I'm a rob and steal. And then he names every single other rapper in New York and says how he would rob them.
Epic.
Like that, calling them out by name. It's a ballsy ass thing, but like, man, you know that's the vibes. Like you
He's
got to be a gangster, man. You know what
it's
I mean?
competitive. It's like
Yes, yeah, very, very, yeah,
you're making that
yeah,
statement, and
yeah,
you're creating that.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You're creating that energy. So yeah, I think like done.
It's a great song, by the way. If you guys want to go check it out,
Oh, just had a
How to
crazy
Rob. It's so
pain in
awesome.
my elbow. How to rob.
How to Rob.
I think I just pulled something.
Yeah.
If ever tomorrow I tell you my elbows hurt, we'll know it's from the podcast, not from jujitsu. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I guess so. Ultimately, like, hey, it's the intention behind why you're saying it. That's kind of my answer, and I'm being really honest. And obviously, like, it's also not only the intention, but it's the context. If you're telling, if you're asking, if you're telling one person and you're just trying to like, maybe like just feel a little bit more accomplished or whatever you're looking for, and you're telling one dude,
Man,
I think it's all right.
all right. We got to get to it. We're almost an hour in, and we got 2 more questions.
Epic.
All right.
Manny, great question. P.S. I love you.
Yeah, yeah. And you're a classy dude, man. I like
Manny is a
I
class
like
act.
guys who
He's a family guy. That's why he's
who
classy.
think about it a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just do this one because it's a quick one and it's a funny one, and then we'll do Spencer's, okay? Because
Nice.
Spencer is a bit longer. He kind of wrote a book.
Mm,
I mean, it's 3 lines, but I don't
It's
read
long.
much, so everything seems like a book to me.
yes.
Lincoln Constantino, can I wash my belt or will I lose all my skills? Or will I lose my skills? If you wash your belt, do you lose your skills?
Well, do you know the myth? Like
No.
just the myth of the belt. And like I know a lot of higher belts who feel this way. One of them is definitely not Murtaza. Murtaza's completely disgusted by this. But there's like an old Brazilian tradition where they do not wash their belts. And the feeling is, as described in the question, if you wash your belt, you will kind of like lose all the jujitsu that you've accumulated so far. And they're like, yo, never wash your belt, because if you do, like you're kind of
Yeah.
you're back to square one type thing.
Yeah.
Like your mind will get kind of erased. It's like a funny superstition. But it actually stuck. I know some really high level dudes who come up to me with like this crazy look in their eye, and they're like, "You don't wash your belt, do you?" And I'm like, "Of course I wash my belt." And they'll be like, "Ah," and they're like super upset with me about washing
Yeah.
your belt, kind of thing, because they adhere to this old superstition. And on the flip side, I don't want staph and ringworm at the gym.
Yeah.
So there's funny superstition, and then on the other side of that, there's staph.
Yeah.
So
I like a little bit of superstition. I like invoking the spirits, man.
I like that too,
Yeah.
in certain
And
contexts.
it's tradition and all. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So I don't know. Ultimately, like, there's a way I think that's safer to invoke like some tradition that's kind of dope. Not too sure if this is
Hey.
the best one.
how about this? If you don't want to wash your belt, you know what you can do?
Yeah.
Wrap it up, throw it in a bag, throw it in your freezer. Apparently, when you freeze something, it kills all the germs.
Damn.
Yeah.
Frozen belt.
Yeah, dude. There was a time where like the fad was to never wash your jeans, so that they would wear out, and they would tell people it kills smells too.
Wow.
I don't know, try it.
Did you ever try it?
To freeze my jeans?
Yeah.
I think maybe once or twice, but like, who the fuck is gonna? I don't have a big freezer, man. You put a pair of jeans in your freezer,
That's kind of
all of a
wild
sudden you
thing,
can't
dude.
have some meat, and plus your sweaty ass, dirty ass jeans is like marinating right next to your frozen chicken.
Bro, I would
It's
die
weird.
of laughter if I opened your freezer. It was like all your clothes. I'd be like, either he's a serial killer or
Max, you need to borrow a couple bucks, or what's going on, man?
something's up over here,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess maybe maybe put that particular tradition might have to be left over. But you know what? I'm wild, dude. I won't judge you if you're into it. Honestly, I
Yeah.
won't. But if I know about it, I'll
You
be
know,
like, wash your belt.
you know another thing that that they say kills germs is sunlight.
That's dope.
If you hang your clothes out to dry in sun rays, apparently that'll kill the germs.
Can I tell you?
Yeah,
You say that
makes
now,
sense, eh?
dude. It totally makes sense.
You know the brand of clothing detergent Sunlight?
Oh my god,
That's what
about?
the name is from. Yeah, and you know their scent is a lemon.
Yes.
So back in the day, what they would do is they would hang it by lemon fields, so it would get the aurora, no, the scent
Odor.
of the lemon.
Yeah. Yeah. Dope.
Anyways,
That makes a lot of sense,
I might
dude.
have read that somewhere.
And that makes a lot of sense. I will say to the sunlight thing,
Yeah.
I think why this couch that we're sitting on has survived this long is because of the sunlight that we're getting from right there.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of sweaty bastards that find their way onto this couch.
Yeah.
I'm always like, guys, oh, you're a little too sweaty to be on the couch, dude. Like, and they'll be, oh. But it doesn't mean that their sweaty bodies didn't hit this couch. Like that poof has had a lot of sweaty butts on it. But the sunlight through this window, I think, has warded off all that disease. So shout out to the sunlight. Maybe we need to like have like some sort of lemon tree. Maybe we need a lemon tree.
Maybe we need a goddamn lemon tree,
Yo,
dude.
how hard is it to keep a lemon tree alive? Damn, that would be dope if we had a lemon tree in here.
With a little bonsai lemon tree, dude, with one lemon on it.
One little baby lemon. I'm in. All right, I think we're at the last one here.
Yeah, last question.
Let's do it.
We're doing good.
I think we're awesome.
An hour and a minute. Spencer Sharp Fitness.
Love that guy.
Official. Blue check, bro.
Wow. He's the man.
He's the only blue check in the gym, maybe. Brendan Reed.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. IBJJF world champion Brandon Reed.
Really?
Well, yeah, he won the worlds.
In Nogi, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
just,
shit. He won the worlds, dude?
Yeah.
Where'd he go? Vegas?
Yeah, it was in Vegas.
Get out of here.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
World champ. Champ is here. Teaching usually on Saturdays.
Where's his main gym?
Uh,
He's like a traveler, right? He
does definitely travel. I think he does, as of late, a lot of his training camps under Pedigo, because he's like.
Where is that Pedigo?
Pedigo? No, not in Montreal. It's like they're that gym that started off with the Daisy Fresh kind of reality show.
Okay.
You know, Michael Pixley and like people like that.
You think Brandon ever trained with GSP at the H2O?
I'm certain they've crossed paths because like he also goes to TriStar sometimes,
right.
And you know, Brandon's trained honestly with like all of the biggest names honestly in the sport.
Yeah, we're being total fanboys right now.
Yeah, big time. All right, Brandon, I'm getting off your back.
Okay, Spencer Sharp.
Tell me.
If belts mean nothing, why have them at all besides for competition categories? How do you approach creating your own rubrics for... Oh, wait a minute. What is this? You got 3 questions in one, motherfucker?
I like it.
Is that cheating?
I think it's cool. He put it in one comment.
How do you approach creating your own rubrics for learning skill acquisition that can be modified to... dude, what are you, a mathematician? You read this.
I got you.
It's fucking 9 a.m., dude.
It's a tough one. All right. Hold on. Check. All right. If belts mean nothing, why have them at all? Besides for competition categories. So I think we could start with that one. So first of all, there's kind of like Spencer did a cool thing there where he insinuates a statement within his question. And now kind of we have to build off of that because he is insinuating that belts mean nothing, which honestly to me, they don't mean nothing. But some people have said that statement.
Yeah, but it says if
belts mean nothing.
Yeah.
So I have to go along with that statement.
Yeah.
I have to kind of take that on, which to me,
I don't think belts mean nothing.
I agree.
I love belts.
I love belts as well. I'm a belt guy. I think why do you like belts?
Because it's a big milestone and it feels good.
Absolutely,
We're
man.
about to give out some blue belts in a month, man.
Yeah, it's epic.
I can't wait to see those people go from white to blue.
I agree, man. I agree. And I think it means so much more, actually. It's like your personal accomplishment, epic. Like you hit this huge milestone. Dude, it takes, we're going to say this, years to get to the first milestone in your jiu-jitsu career. Years, dude.
Yeah.
Not months, not weeks, years. And that's training consistently during that whole time.
Yeah.
That's not something that means
And
nothing.
yeah, and it's a badge of honor, dude.
Big
Listen,
time, man.
if you're a blue belt and you suck, all right, you still had to train 2 years and you still had to learn all the basics to get it.
Yeah.
So
Huge
have a
milestone.
blue belt, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Wear it with pride.
Yeah.
You earned it.
And you know, I mean,
It's a huge thing.
there's still levels. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you know, you had to stick around and you had to learn the basics to get there. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that's why I'm
well,
okay with that.
there's that aspect. There's the personal accomplishment aspect, which again for me, congratulations. Like I want you to feel that success, and I want you to have this like marking event that validates your success. So on a personal level, I think they're awesome. But I also think it's super important in terms of the community. It's like the ones who wear the blue belt, you're also saying to the community, hey, I've been here for a while.
Yeah.
You know? So you become kind of part of the leadership of the gym. People will come to you and ask you, and it's kind of like you're wearing a little hat like, for information, come see me.
Yeah.
You know, although it's like mini information, like depending on the level, it's
It's the next step
it's the
up.
next step. You know, like, and it's like it's awesome. So for the community, it starts to identify people that they're in it.
Yeah.
You know, so again, on that level, for the community, I think it's awesome because like now little people are kind of wearing their hats, being like, if you need a little info, come see me. You need a lot of info,
Yeah.
go see that guy,
And
and so on and so forth.
And also, like, as a white belt, you know, like, you can gauge how good you're doing. You know, like, oh, at the beginning, getting smashed by blue belts. Halfway, I'm not getting tapped so much by blue belts. Getting a bit closer, hey, man, I have tapped a blue belt. You know, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I might be getting my blue belt soon, you know?
That's that energy, though, that the ego. I tapped the blue belt. His name was Jean. I took him out.
Yeah, Jean sucks, bro.
Oh, that was the best. But yeah, absolutely. It does also serve as kind of a little bit of a
Gauge, you know?
Yeah, gauge. Perfect. You know,
like if you're a no gi guy, you know, whatever. I like, you know, no offense to the no gi guys, you guys are good guys and all that. Not because you're not wearing pajamas that you're a bad person, you know what I mean? But like, man, how you know, if you're a brand new no gi guy, how do you gauge your progress a little bit? You know, you don't really know who's who you're rolling with. You know,
it's a little harder, and it's definitely probably a little harder on the ego.
I think so, man.
You know, because you don't know, you can't justify it a little bit and be like, oh, okay, this guy just has more experience than me.
Yeah.
You know, you can't visually get that information, and so again, for me, belts mean a lot. For kind of all those reasons. And honestly, I'm sure there's a bunch more. And on the flip side, there are probably some negative ones. And I understand. The negative ones are when people respect the belt too much. It's like, when, and I've seen this. I haven't seen this. I've felt this firsthand.
Yeah.
Where I think that somebody's game is better than what it is, but then they start rolling with a higher belt. And in their mind, they're like, this higher belt is better than me. And they will only rise to that level. So now you've put that person above you, so you can never pass that ceiling, and that's a problem. That's a problem. You have to, the belts serve a purpose, but also when you roll with a higher belt, a part of you needs to, sorry for the language, disrespect that belt. Don't just assume, okay, this guy has to be better than me. Dude, give it your all. You can put any belt in a tough position. You just have to believe that.
Yeah.
But if you constantly believe that you're inferior, it comes through in the role.
I mean, dude, fucking, I got freaking Mortaza PTSD, dude.
I believe it.
Every time I approach Mort, I'm like, nothing's gonna work.
Yes.
Nothing's gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, I'll try for the first 10 seconds,
I get it.
What's the other part of this?
So in a sense, so now with that segue, if belts mean nothing,
Yeah,
why have them at all besides for competition
yeah,
categories? And I think in a way we mentioned why we should
yeah.
have them, you know, like the community aspect, kind of like the validation. So there is a lot of, I think, positive aspects of having the belts. Obviously there's a flip side, just like in anything. So how, and then he asks, how do you approach creating your own rubric for learning and skill acquisition that can be modified and scaled for each belt level? I get where he's coming from with that question. I think people have broken down the different belt levels to kind of mindsets. Like the white belt mindset, if you were to describe kind of like the white belt mindset, a lot of it is kind of like it's a survival mindset. And that's how a lot of people have positioned it, where as a white belt, your goal is to learn escapes and survive. It's not so much, unless you know you're like this athletic gifted god, but a huge part of it is, dude, escape. You're the worst one in the room. Let's say, you know, first day of jiu-jitsu, your goal is going to be as a white belt to try and survive. That's kind of what you're learning, and you're going to acquire
Ball
that
up,
skill. Ball up, you know. And then
field position.
when it becomes, once you start getting to blue belt, the way that they, you know, the marker actually that a lot of people, you know, that Helio Gracie uses as like, hey, you're now a blue belt, is you should be able to control someone who is untrained completely and who is larger, kind of bigger and larger than you. So through the technique that you've acquired, the mark, like if I tried to pinpoint and be like, oh, Jean is now a blue belt. Like if I put Jean as a white, as an experienced white belt with some guy off the street who's bigger than him, Jean should still be able within a jiu-jitsu context to manage this new guy. That should be like, okay, wow, that's the marker now. You're in blue belt. And then for blue belt, I think the mindset is kind of like it's the breadth thing, BREADTH, where it's like, hey, you know enough now. You speak the language. Let's learn as much as we can. Let's understand as much as we can horizontally, so that you can start kind of just understanding all this sport has to offer. It doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in all these things, but it definitely means that you need to have
Yeah.
a basic understanding of all of these things. And when it comes to purple belt, it's like building your identity. Then when it comes to brown belt, they say like that identity, if it was a knife, we're sharpening that knife. So now you're really that identity, you have it down packed. It's like an A game. And kind of black belt is just maybe like stamp. You nailed that. You nailed that stream. That identity that you created, that knife that you ended up sharpening, bro. You are now a black belt.
I've also heard that at black belt sometimes they want to go back and revise everything that they might have skipped.
Yeah, well, that's what ends up happening. I was having this conversation the other day with Fabrian, where, in a sense, that whole trajectory that we just described, you survive, you learn a bunch of techniques, you decide I'm this person. Once you've made that decision, you've refined that person and you've become an expert at being that person, the over under person, the pressure passing position. And then it becomes to a level where it's mastery. You're a black belt. But that whole stream is one stream. Now, if you really want to be a black belt with depth, you need to now restart another stream.
Yeah,
And you
backtrack.
need to learn it just like you did that whole process. You go back to the board, start off as a white belt, and then make your way all the way back up. And now you have two streams, then three, then four. Accumulate that over 20 or 30 years, you've become an excellent black belt instead of potentially like
Yeah.
a mediocre one, because you've
Yeah.
developed so many streams. And that's really hard. I've seen black belts not be able to reinvent themselves and say, I have to restart, or rebirth themselves is probably the better word. I have to start this new stream back at zero. All the credit in the world to Murtaza, man. The guy has gone back to all kinds of fundamentals. And he's like, no, I'm going to relearn this like a white belt. Like, and in some of those situations, like I feel our paths starting to cross, where I'm like, oh, me and him are at the same point on this particular topic, because we're bouncing conversationally off one another. But then he just passes me so quickly because of his level. He just goes through it so much faster, where I'm still struggling to make sense of it. and he's gone through
Yeah.
like 2 iterations already. Like it's wild.
He's
And
like
that's why
he's like a phoenix, dude.
yeah, dude. The Phoenix example, like to ashes,
Yeah, yeah,
reborn,
yeah, yeah.
and then
That's it,
right
right?
back through. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. He's amazing. So I guess so. My quick answer here is he's asking, how do you approach creating your own rubric for learning and skill acquisition that can be modified and scaled for each belt level? I think it's just understanding what each belt level kind of means. And if you can be in the mindset of the belt, then you'll understand how you need to approach your learning on that particular topic. That's kind of my spiel. But that was a complex one, Spencer. Can you think of our other listeners here, dude? Yo, throw up some softballs maybe next time.
The hell is a Rubik, dude? That's a toy, man. That's a Rubik's cube, all right?
Yeah.
That's my reference for that.
I like it. You hit
Acquisition, that's a good word.
it.
Modified.
Yeah, you
You're
threw up
throwing a
some
lot
big
of
ones.
scaled.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we weighing stuff now? Goddamn, bro.
That's it. And
Hey,
so
man. Yeah, that was the show.
I think we did it. I think so. What's coming up this week for us? What do we got? Oh, we probably should talk tournaments that are coming up.
Yeah.
February 15th. February 15th,
February 15th. That's
2025.
Yeah.
Submission Arts United in Montreal.
Montreal.
We're doing it. I already had a couple of people come up to me and be like, "Hey, I'm signing up." My advice is always the same. Do it right now.
Yeah.
Do it right now in front of me. Right away. Do
Yeah,
it right now.
the sooner you sign up, the sooner you get into competition training mind, right? And I said the same thing last maybe 2 podcasts. Figure out what your game plan is, have a road, follow a road. Competition training, I mean, again, it's different for everyone probably, but for me it's you got to have a will, you got to try to impose that will. Have a game plan. Even if you're a white belt, you got to know something.
I agree, dude. I I'm gonna try and say this like at the end of every class, like either you have a plan or you're gonna fall into someone
Yeah.
else's plan. And
Yeah.
so that's your decision.
Then after that, we got the belt promotions.
Yeah. Following week, kind of right after the February 15 tournament, we're gonna start promoting people, give them some new swag.
All right. If you guys don't already, I don't know how you found this. Okay, we're on YouTube. White belt questions on YouTube.
Yeah.
You got to type in the whole thing now because I can't stop swearing and it's messing up the algorithm. It says ad. Get on that beep and stuff,
We
dude.
gotta beep.
I'm gonna have to start taking notes every
Yeah.
time I say the F word. I'm gonna
Timestamp it.
or YouTube white belt questions. Maybe try white belt questions podcast. It'll come up. We only got a few episodes now.
We gotta try and like I think the move here is maybe to try and bribe people to hit the bell. What's the bell do? Subscribe.
Yeah,
How can you bribe? Try bribe
well, fucking get on that shit. Hit
but
the
bribe
button.
them. Something, you know?
I'll give you a high five next time I see you. What do you want? A fucking coffee? What do you want? $1?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. People
We got some jujubes in there sometime. You can help yourself to some jujubes.
That's good. This is good. I like this. We'll get the stragglers with the jujubes.
If you like the show,
Yeah.
help us out. We need 1,000 followers before we can make a penny.
Yes, we need pennies.
Yeah.
All right, good. So people need to subscribe, comment on stuff. I love that
comment.
stuff.
Get in fights, man.
Yes.
Say the most hate. Don't be racist.
Yes. But you can attack us. We don't mind. We're open to it.
Attack.
Whatever you need to do.
In good humor. All right. In good humor. Be like me after 10 a.m. when I'm freaking 10 p.m. when I start freaking leaving comments. They're funny comments.
I love them. Yeah, that's like that's another persona that you have. It's like late night Max.
Late night Max,
Late
bro.
night Max is the best.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
All right. We have an Instagram. There's not much on. It's a brand new show,
You have
man.
Instagram?
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about? That's how I communicate with you often on the.
Dude, that's you.
Yeah, I go on White Belt Questions and I send you messages
That's
sometimes
epic.
from
I like
there.
that.
Yeah. So we have an Instagram, White Belt Questions, same thing, same logo. All right, YouTube, Instagram, it's the same logo. You can find it easy.
Let's do it.
What we're gonna do there is we're trying to clip.
I think we'll clip out some stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to make clips.
You know, like we'll say like wild stuff like sucking.
Sucking.
Yeah, it's a good word.
I can't say sucking anymore.
No, the algorithm doesn't know that's a bad word. That's
I can
a
say
made-up
suck.
word. Sucking with an E.
Yeah.
That's our word now.
I don't know if I can fit that in.
Sucking.
I don't know if that'll replace F for me.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Maybe we'll find something.
Again,
sorry, homie.
same thing with Instagram. Comment
Oh, right, we need
the
comments.
shit out of that.
Yeah.
Any clip you do.
You know what we need? We need somebody to write like. Have you ever seen those comments where they get people to be like, "Hey, post a number, and then we're gonna choose a number randomly, so it doesn't matter like." So people post the comment number 1, number 2, number 3, but then it starts building up so many comments. Then they choose like a random number. It's kind of like playing the lotto.
And then what? We give them a freaking.
We have like a pre juju. Yeah, we have a preset number, and if somebody calls out that number, you give them kind of the lottery. But anyways, all right. Listen, we love you guys. We're high-fiving. Kids class is about to start.
Or look, go in the comments and freaking make fun of my glasses. I want everyone to talk shit about my glasses.
I like them. But
you like my glasses?
I do.
Go in the comments, say that you like my glasses.
Yeah, Deanna said they look like Coke bottles.
There you go.
So that's your first hit.
Do you agree with the Coke bottle or do you agree with Abby?
Yeah.
Let loose.
We'll do it.
That's
All
it.
right, homie.
All right.
Another big one. Oh, my legs and my back. I don't know if I could sit this long. Sitting this long might be a